What is up, my friends? You are welcome along to this late video. It is just after the Netherlands have been knocked out by Argentina on penalties in the World Cup. Congratulations to Leo Messi and Argentina on their semi-final place, and obviously commiserations to Virgil van Dijk and those Dutch players. But that's not the reason I'm here tonight, folks. I'm here tonight because we have two updates: some good news and some pretty bad news. And if you're like me, you're going to want to start with the negative news, so that's what I'm going to do. But as always, most importantly, I want your comments. I want to know your thoughts on these situations. Let me know after you finish watching the video, and of course, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. So let's start off with the bad news. The bad news is that Pipe Sierra, who is, look, a very well connected and very reliable person, in my opinion, around all things Colombia and a lot of football stuff, he has come out tonight and said that Luis Diaz will undergo surgery tomorrow to recover from the lateral collateral ligament injury in his knee. And the next question, if you're like me, is going to be, how long is that going to keep him out for? Well, Pipe Sierra has said that that will be until March, most likely. So no Diogo Jota till February at the earliest. No Lucho Diaz now until March time. And the headaches are piling up. I don't think personally that Jurgen Klopp will look to do anything in the market from an attacking perspective in January. You know, we're famously a club that doesn't look for, long-term solutions to a short-term problem. So will we see Darwin maybe continue to play on that left-hand side? I don't know, but it's not the news Klopp would have wanted to hear. It's not the news Diaz would have wanted to hear. He travelled over with the rest of the Reds to that training camp in Dubai. You know, we'd all been buoyed and smiling because of the photos of him training and stuff like that, but yeah, not great news, unfortunately, to bring you on that one. And it's looking like he's going to be out until March because of ligament damage in his knee. Now, I did say there was some good news, and it is pretty exciting news, to be honest with you, and news that I didn't expect to be bringing you tonight. It's been widely reported, and this has been widely reported, and I'll start with the first one I seen. Shout out to Anything Liverpool here, by the way. Carl runs a great account there, and they tweeted out, according to Dario AS journalist, Liverpool have reached a pre-agreement with Benfica and Argentina for midfielder Enzo Fernandez. I have to say, this came as a real shock to me. I knew nothing about the transfer, where he was going, where he wasn't going. My own gut instinct was that he may end up at Manchester City or Real Madrid. But tonight, it's been reported that a pre-agreement has been reached between Liverpool and Benfica. A couple of other pieces have gone on to say that Liverpool have a good relationship with his agent, who I believe is George Mendes. George Mendes runs the Guest a Few agency. Fabinho, Diogo Jota were clients of his that Liverpool have already brought to the club. So it's very good news if it's true. And it's been reported widely enough that if it's not true, then somebody's pulled an absolute blinder here on a wind-up, because many accounts are talking about it. At Mario Cortana, another Twitter account, has said Liverpool have been handed a boost in their pursuit of midfielder Enzo Fernandez, with it being reported that Real Madrid are no longer in the race for the Argentina star. Again, I'm very surprised by this, because obviously we have the Bellingham stuff and that move, and that's going to take up a large chunk of money. And the reason I'm surprised by it is because of the buyout clause. His buyout clause, Enzo Fernandez, is 120 million euro. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Liverpool are going to pay that buyout clause. They can, of course, try and come to an agreement with Benfica. But yeah, if Real Madrid are backing away, I've not seen anything tonight to suggest that Manchester City are imminently preparing a bid or anything like that. So yeah, what are we saying? Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham? I wouldn't say no, folks. I wouldn't say no, but we are talking about an end of season move here, by the way, by the looks of it. So if Liverpool can come to that agreement in January, brilliant. Happy days. Enzo Fernandez, obviously part of the Argentina squad that are now in the semi-finals of the World Cup. He's impressed while he's been there. He's certainly impressed while he's been with Benfica. And I didn't even dare to dream about a signing as prominent as him maybe coming in. So we'll wait and see how this all develops. But if you take it at face value, and we've got no reason not to at the moment, absolutely wonderful news from a Liverpool perspective. And you've got to give massive credit to Julian Ward and to the recruitment team if that's true. And where are we getting the money from? See, this is another aspect of all of this that I think we should really talk about. A couple of people have suggested to me in our watch along that we were doing today that, you know, if we're hearing about all the Bellingham stuff and we're hearing about the Amrabat stuff and we're hearing about maybe a pre-agreement with Enzo Fernandez, Are Liverpool a little bit further along in their investment or their potential sale than maybe we're being led to believe? Because I don't think it'll come as a shock to you that none of us are expecting FSG to be ponying up, I don't know, potentially 200 million here on midfielders, because nothing in their time at Liverpool has suggested that without selling a huge player, we do that. So right now, this is all great, but I would urge caution because no ink is on a contract yet that I'm aware of. But it is news that, has quite simply put a big smile on my face. If you add it to the Bellingham stuff that's come over the last few days, it's pretty, it's pretty, it's pretty good. I can't, it's pretty good. But we got to reflect as well on the Diaz knock, which, we need players for the here and now. So I am hoping, and I'm kind of optimistic that maybe Liverpool will go in and bring in a midfielder in the January market. Now, I know Diaz isn't a midfielder, but I do think if Bobby signs a new deal, I think maybe, that'll give Bobby a little bit of a re-energized, or will re-energize him a bit and help push him through for the rest of this season. There's talk that that'll be on reduced wages. I've not heard a figure mentioned yet, but talk of a 2-year extension. Apparently the relationship between Bobby Firmino and Jurgen Klopp is still absolutely brilliant, and that's good news for me. I have no problem with Bobby Firmino staying on reduced wages for another couple of years. No problem whatsoever. I want to know how you're feeling about this, though, because, no Jota and no Diaz coming into a really busy time. And yes, I know that Liverpool players, a lot of them haven't been at the World Cup, and Salah and the likes have had a little bit more time to recuperate and are obviously doing the warm weather training camp now over in Dubai. We take on Lyon in the first of our, I want to say friendlies, but I guess there is a trophy at stake in this tournament. But we play Lyon obviously on Sunday. And I just hope we don't pick up any more injuries. We've not got many players left in the World Cup at this point. You've got Henderson and Trent and Canade off the top of my head, I think, are the only ones left. Van Dijk and the Netherlands have been knocked out, so Virg will have a week's holiday as far as I'm aware before he joins up with the Liverpool team. So yeah, bit of a good news, bad news night tonight, as I said. Just to reiterate, it's been reported that Luis Diaz will have a knee operation on a ligament damage issue there that will keep him out until March time, according to Pepe Sierra, who is, in my opinion, a pretty reliable fella. And then the news that's been reported rightly tonight from Spanish sources that, unless this is real shithousery coming out of the Spanish media, by the way, it's been reported that Liverpool have a pre-agreement in place for Enzo Fernandez. So, yeah, not what I was expecting to be saying to you guys when I said if there's any news I'll pop back on later on, but this is where we are. So it's over to you now, my friends. Let me know in the comment section, do you believe it? Are you over the moon with it? And, of course, how disappointed you are with the news around Luis Diaz. That's it for me tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be doing a watch-along for the England game. We'll all be doing that one at 6:30 if you want to join me for that. And until then, talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.